Asian women are warning modern women that they will fight for Western men. Guys, I have a comment for Mayumi. As you know, she's a Japanese physician stationed in the US who's married to a black passport Joe, a guy that was in the military. And I want to read her comment. She said here, I said it before and it's going to scare Western women, but a good percentage of Asian women are prepared to defend what they got from these good men, these wonderful passport bros and Joes. It was a little bit after I first came to the USA when a woman approached my husband in a grocery store and my husband just turned his back to the woman and walked away. He ignores so many of them, but he honors his vows. Like I said before, my husband makes joking comments, but his eyes were serious when he told me the day he fails his vows and our family is the day Harakiri will be his last redemption. Oh my gosh, what the heck? What the heck, bro? Oh my gosh. My husband took a knee and recited his vows to me in Japanese without even so, guys, I want you to comprehend this. I've spoken about this for quite some time. I've told you guys that women around the world, are going to be competing for Western men. I said that it would be an international competition. It was literally going to be like, Africa, do you hear me, Africa? Yes, we hear you. All these women in all these different African countries competing for Western men. Southeast Asia, do you hear me? Yes, we hear you. Yes, we hear you. Mexico, do you hear me? South America, do you hear me? Get down. Guys, I'm telling y'all, all these women are going to be competing around the world, foreign women in every country, virtually every country of the world, outside of Western society, and even some in Western society, are going to be competing for Western men. Okay? And it's going to throw a lot of women off. That's one of the reasons why they shame the passport bros. That's the reason why they're shaming women in foreign countries and saying that these women don't speak English, that they're poor, that they have no education. The reason why they're doing this is because they are warning these women to back off. It's not that they don't want the men, it's the fact that they have taken advantage of these men. They treat these men poorly. They want these men to know that they don't have any value so that they can continue to control their minds, which is not true. Men are the ones with the value in the relationship. All right. But these women, they don't want men to know this. They don't want men to know this in Western society. So when they go overseas and these women are more than happy to take these men, the women in Western society get furious because what they've done is created a situation where we have artificial scarcity. So Chad and Tyrone and Pookie and Ray Ray and Quan and Enrique and Miguel, these guys are all running wild and they're capitalizing on most women right now. So these guys are getting the women when the women are in their best years, and when these women are in latter years, when they're in their late 30s, 40s now, even in their 50s, now they want a nice guy to come and protect them and take care of them and provide for them. Even a lot of women who are in their 60s still referring to themselves as young women, and they're still in the streets. And they believe that they are entitled to wealthy men, billionaires, 70-year-old women who date, you have women saying that I know 70-year-old women who date billionaires. And I'm thinking to myself, who? What 70-year-old woman do you know that was dating a billionaire? What billionaire do you know was dating a 70-year-old woman? I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous, the things that they're spreading. But the reason why they're doing this is because they see what's happening. Their plan B, C, D guys are all walking away from Western society. They've all given up on Western society and relationships in Western society, and they're going overseas to start new lives. And if they want a relationship, they're going to get it overseas. I already told you what things are going to look like now in the very near future. It's already happening, but it's going to become more pronounced, where guys are going to basically fly overseas to go on dates. Like, men are not going to waste their time in Western society anymore. Guys are going to stop going to the clubs. They're going to stop going out to the bars. They're going to stop going to social events. A lot of them won't go to like places like raves and music festivals. In the US, a lot of guys are going to say, nope, I'm not going there anymore to meet a woman. Nope. And if you have more women and it's going to happen, saying that, oh my gosh, this guy looked at me wrong at the gym, or this guy looked at me wrong at this festival, more and more men are just going to stop going to these places. And what ultimately happens is these guys are going to say, when I want to go on a date, I'm going to fly out. I'm going to fly to the Caribbean. I'll fly to the Dominican Republic. Guys, from New York to the Dominican Republic, it's only like 3 hours. That's to give you an example. From New York to the Dominican Republic, it's just over 3 hours, like 3 hours, a little more than 3 hours, more or less. That's nothing. That's nothing at all. All right. You're going to have a lot of guys who are going to do this on a regular basis. All right. They're going to take a week off, fly down there, come back. And this is where because we're heading very much towards the 4-day work week. A lot of dudes, they'll work 4 days. Check this out. A lot of dudes will work 4 days, right? And they will take a day off. So they'll be very careful with their vacation time, right? So they'll schedule it like this, where let's say, they'll schedule it in such a way that they can have a solid 4 days off. And when they want to go on a date, they will finish up that day of work. They will be out of the office exactly at 5, or finished working exactly at 5. They will be on a plane that evening to Costa Rica or Mexico or whatever other country, and they will fly that evening to whatever other country they want to go to. Some of these countries, they could even be far away. And you're saying, well, how is that possible? Well, think about this. If you have a flight at in that evening, for example, you finish work at 5 and you have a flight at 8, you do all your preparation. So from the day before, all your bags are packed. Everything is ready to go. Your passport is in your bag. So basically, all you're going to do is, as soon as you finish work, you're going to go take a quick shower. Some dudes may not even shower. All right. But if they can, some dudes will go grab a quick shower and they're going to go straight to the airport. A lot of dudes won't even stop to shower. They'll just grab their stuff, go straight to the airport, get on the plane, and that's it. And they'll shower when they get there. And from there, they'll go outside and they'll start meeting lovely ladies and they'll start having fun. They'll meet lovely ladies and they will start having fun. And that's it. And within that, and some guys, they'll go to places, they'll go to a specific place. They'll get used to that place. So, for example, they go over to DR the first time and they get to know people over there. So they make friends in that country. They learn the language. They make friends in the country. So now they'll fly down to DR every couple of weeks or every other week and go ahead. And and you know what's even crazy about this? A lot of dudes, because the cost is so different, a lot of dudes will have a second place over there. What do I mean by a second place? I mean that they will have an apartment over there, because you can have an apartment for like $120, or a house, rent an entire beautiful house for like $120, $150 over there. So knowing this, a lot of dudes will just say, you know what? It makes more sense for me to rent a place here. So they will rent an entire house for like $150 a month or $200 a month. They will furnish that entire place out. This is the reality, guys. This is the reality. They will furnish the entire place, and they'll set themselves up with a good travel visa so they can enter in and out of our temporary residency, get a temporary residency so they can enter in and out of the country whenever they want to. And that's what they're going to do. They're going to have these dudes just flying down there, and they're going to have an entire life there. And basically, they're just going to be coming back to the US to work, and then they're going to fly back over there when they feel like it. It's such a beautiful, guys. It is so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And they're going to set up roots over there. What this does is very interesting, because let's say something happens in the US and they lose their job. Oh, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and fly over to the DR where I have an apartment and I have my girlfriend waiting for me. This is the new reality. A lot of people take it for granted, but this is the new reality of things, and it's hard. It's very hard for people to hear it, but that's how a lot of things are going to operate now. A lot of dudes are going to have homes in other countries as well. So a dude will have his home in the Philippines, and he'll fly over to the US and he'll do his thing in the US, make his money, and he'll fly back to the Philippines and he'll go straight back to his house and he'll have his girlfriend or his wife waiting over there for him with their children, or he'll just go back over there to chill and date. And like I said, when hard times come in the United States, these guys will just literally laugh their heads off like, okay, well, I'm just going to go relax for the next 2-3 years in Dominican Republic, or I'm just going to go relax for the next 2-3 years in the Philippines or whatever country, and I may not even come back. Because a lot of dudes also have their side hustle right now. So they're pulling in extra money from their side hustle. Yeah. They have passive income. That's one thing every dude should have. I don't care if you have a job. Every dude should have passive income coming in. You all should have your side business coming in. You should all have a YouTube channel. Every last one of you should have a YouTube channel. I'm just being very, very honest. Because when you have, even if it's $1,000 a month coming in, even if it's $500 a month coming in, you would be shocked how valuable that income is. When you decide that, something happens and you're like, I need to go. And you can just pick up and go to another country where the cost of living is so low that the money that you make from your side hustle is enough to cover all of your expenses. As long as you live within your means, your side hustle can cover all of your expenses and you can live good. And during that time, you have all of your, you have a savings, from, working your normal job that you don't have to touch. Your side hustle covers all of your income, all the money that you need, so you're not losing money. And during that time, you can start working on developing other skills that could allow you to make, work remotely. The simple truth is that we need to all be ready to go at any given moment. There's some dudes who are like, you can't go anywhere else. If something goes wrong, everybody's screwed. You can't go anywhere else. Nations have risen and fallen for millennia. And it's amazing how people seem to think that, well, if Western society falls, that's the end of the world right there. So you might as well just stay in Western society. Like, that is so foolish. The world does not revolve around America. It breaks my heart. People don't get it. The world does not revolve around America. It doesn't revolve around the UK. It doesn't revolve around Australia. A lot of the Aussies, they're getting a little too big for their britches. All right? Like, oh, we have our own economy, mate. Listen, mate, you guys can fall back in line very, very quickly. Don't forget that how Australia was formed. The Queen didn't want you guys. They sent you over there for a reason. They didn't want you to come back. Let's be real. Let's be clear right there. Okay? All of these Western countries, they can fall very quickly and be replaced. I've said this before, guys. I've said this before. Society won't fall. Groups of people in society will fall. Society won't collapse. Groups of people in society will collapse. And if you look at it from a global scale, all right, global society won't collapse. All right, even just because one country collapses doesn't mean the entire world collapses. Can the world face serious economic hardships if a major country were to collapse? Yes, but you'd be amazed how quickly people move on. Guys, if you're enjoying my content, please subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you never miss another video again, and like the video because it tells YouTube you're enjoying my content and you want to see more of it. Let me know what you think regarding this. Asian women are warning modern women that they will fight for Western men. I want to hear your thoughts on this, so let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA. Men walking away. And cheers.